My oh my, how the Indiana Fever sure do look good without Caitlin Clark, right? Because that's the word around town, that the Indiana Fever, based off these ESPN analysts, some of these casual WNBA fans, the Indiana Fever play a lot better without Caitlin Clark. Well, guys, I tell you what this game could have used tonight. How about a little bit of Caitlin Clark? Well, that honeymoon phase, that Commissioner Cup honeymoon phase is over with. As you guys saw tonight, the momentum has started its decline. And I told you guys when I made my video, I said, I believe that this team chemistry is good because, of course, they won the Commissioner's Cup. Camaraderie is at an all-time high. But the true testament is going to be if they could be consistent. And I got to admit, this game was not on Coach White. Coach White actually coached a good game. Her rotations were good. I appreciate the fact that she challenged the play. This game was on the Indiana Fever and how the Los Angeles Sparks have their number. 6-13 team can take down the Indiana Fever, but get blasted by the Chicago Sky. I don't know what it is, but Los Angeles has the Indiana Fever number, and it's nothing that they could do about that length, that reach, that size. I mean, they were literally taking the Indiana Fever players out of their game. Kelsey Mitchell couldn't get off to that hot start like she normally does. It was hot and cold. Aaliyah Boston, man, was getting frustrated. I mean, that LA Sparks team literally got in her head. They took her out of position on so many plays. They bullied everybody on the Indiana Fever. And I get it. Even if the Indiana Fever would have won this game, I still was going to make this video calling them out. They're getting pushed around. They're getting out rebound. The way that they crowded the paint, they weren't allowing Aaliyah Boston to just dominate the way we see her doing these other teams. They were putting bodies on bodies. And it was nothing that the Indiana Fever players could do. They were just scrambling. They were just trying to figure it out. No, you take the shot. You take the shot. You take the shot. No set plays, really. Team out of sync. They looked like they got hit in the mouth, and they didn't know what to do afterwards. They did not know how to respond. But I tell you this, if Caitlin Clark may have been on that court, if Caitlin Clark would have made the defense pressure her more from the logo, because she's taking logo threes, then maybe it would have opened up a lot of spacing amongst the other players. Because let's just be honest, the Los Angeles Sparks, they look more physically bigger than the Indiana Fever. Or maybe it was just me. Natasha Howard, Thompson, they kind of hold their own for the most part, but it just wasn't enough. Aaliyah Boston just wasn't enough. Aaliyah Boston missing layups, missing free throws. This whole league has a freaking layup problem. It was ridiculous, man, but we missed a lot of free throws. In fact, both teams, in my opinion, could have done better with the free throws, but we had a lot of free throws that could have potentially iced the game. Those free throws that we were missing came back and bit us in the ass. And of course, in the fourth quarter, right? However, this wasn't on Coach White. A lot of people probably want to blame her, but you can't. This was purely a bad game for the players, and you have to give kudos to the Los Angeles Sparks for beating them 2 times in a row. They get up for the Indiana Fever. Like Sophie Cunningham said, these teams are going to give you their best punch. And you guys got your ass knocked out. Aaliyah Boston was so tired on defense, they wore her out. She didn't really have too much to give on offense. That's why Coach White kept taking her in and out of the lineup. She was in over her head. She was gassed. But did she play a tough game? Yes. Put up 23 points. We appreciate that, Aaliyah Boston. We know that you're trying, but they just got outworked. They got outworked. They got punked. They got out-physicaled, and they lost the game. That Rakia Jackson, I like her, man. Okay? That Rakia Jackson has a lot of heart. Kelsey Plum has a lot of heart. Matter of fact, Kelsey Plum over here looking like Allen Iverson stepping over Ty Lue. Did you guys see that? If you haven't, here's the play. Look at her. Look at this. Wow. Kelsey Plum calling her out for flopping. Walking all over her. No respect for the Indiana Fever. Shout out to Lexi Hull. Hey, it happens. We know that Lexi Hull, for the most part, She gives it her all on defense. She tries. So does Sophie Cunningham, who has really been cold to me lately. They do give it all they have on the defensive end, but we could use a little bit more scoring, okay? Just a little bit more scoring. Kelsey Plum out there channeling her mama energy, walking all over Lexi Hall. They have no respect for what the Indiana Fever are capable of and what they can do. And it showed tonight. Their coach had them super prepared. They just beat them a week ago, and they were not going to fold. And the Indiana Fever go out in cold fashion in front of their fans. I mean, guys, this was disgusting. And what were we doing with these terrible passes? These terrible passes that led to so many turnovers. It seemed like when a moment mattered, a lot of players were passing up open opportunities. I even saw that from Kelsey Mitchell a little bit tonight. I don't know what was going on. I just feel like the Los Angeles Sparks, those players, man. And guess what, guys? They were Cameron Brinkless. Imagine when Cameron Brink is coming back. They're able to hold their own to have a 6-13 record without Cameron Brink, one of the phenoms that was in the draft class with Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. Is she still on the roster? What? It was a very sloppy game, okay? It was ugly, mucky, and one of those slow burners. I mean, right to the end, it gave you just enough hope. You're crossing your fingers that the Indiana Fever can get the job done, and LA manages to hold on. They managed to hold on. No one was more mad than yours truly, though, Caitlin Clark. She was on the bench heated. I mean, utterly heated. She went from smiling and high-fiving, you know what I'm saying, hyping the team up, you know, being pretty much the cheer girl for her squad. And the camera pans to her and she's looking like this. Boy, oh boy. I know she's anxious to get on the court. I know she wants to make impact, especially hearing all this news and noise that the Indiana Fever play better without her. And I knew, guys, that it will only be a matter of time before the Indiana Fever revealed who they were without Caitlin Clark. And we still don't know, guys, how long this injury could take. Of course, they're telling us stories that they want her to come back with no minute restrictions. So they're holding her back against her will, which is good for her. But in the end, guys, I expected more from Ari McDonald this game. She couldn't get going. She gave us a whopping 4 points, right? Ari McDonald gave us a whopping 4 points. Sophie Cunningham gives us a whopping 4 points. Sydney Colson, she came in, tried to make a little magic, gives us 6 points. Michaela Timpson, who we could use for that reach, gives us 5 points. Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell did the best they could under the circumstances. It just wasn't enough. Now the Fever sit at 9-9, right at 500, as they prepare for the Valkyries on Wednesday, who aren't going to take it. Hey, the Valkyries, let me tell you something. The Valkyries are tough out as well. They aren't going to take it easy on the Indiana Fever as well. So I suggest that they go home and regroup. So you guys let me know about tonight's game. What are your thoughts? What are your takeaways? What do you want to see going forward? Drop it in the comment section like you often do, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like, share, notification bell for more future content. See you in the next one.